Let's go take a look at that crew video really quick. Ooh. Guys, that many views in the short amount of time that that video has been out, plus, you know, me not having a big place to go off of. It's kind of crazy. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Something else that's kind of obvious to point out is I got a new microphone. As said in the last video, my Crew Motorfest review, my old mic was a little bad. So hopefully we have no more weird noises and no more random sound effects. So with that being said, I wanted to share my opinion of yet another racing game, CarX Drift Racing Online. A game that's been out since 2017, but still a new game to me. I would like to say there's still a lot of things you can probably point out in this game that most people might not know about. Plus, for the price that's usually offered on it, and it's usually on sale, there's really no point not to just grab it, just in case you might enjoy it. That being said, let's jump right into my review of CarX Drift Racing Online. Now, with any of these games, especially racing games, like I said in the previous video, you gotta have a little bit of customization to give the player what they want to do. Because, let's face it, the car scene is not something that everyone has one specific style for. So here, we'll just call it the solar in the game because they don't have the full rights to the cars. We won't talk about that. You can see there's multiple body kits, and on top of the body kits, there's individual customization for every piece on the car. I kind of scroll through a little bit of everything here just so you can kind of get a feel for what is in the game, but there's something for everybody in this game, and you can customize each and every individual look as you please. So even if you wanted to match separate styles together, you can still do that. And that's a big plus, in my opinion, for this one. And that's where I feel a game like this really thrives, you know? Because you're not tied to any specific type of vehicle modification that, you know, this person approved or that person approved. They kind of do what they want here, and that's something that's pretty cool in my opinion. You see a lot of different things on a lot of different cars, especially in the online parts of the game, which we'll get to a little bit later. Now, obviously, all of these are based off something in real life in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not a direct one-to-one or from the company itself, but very heavily implied that that's what they were based off of. So, while this is a very in-depth way to customize a car, I can't go through all of it because this video would be so painstakingly long for everybody, it would not be fun for anyone. Now, while there's a lot of actual body parts that you can change out on your car, I do want to talk about the customization aspect of your paint and the vinyl wrapping in this game, because it's fairly in-depth as well. It's comparable, the same probably to the Crew, Forza Horizon, all those types of games. From painting individual items of your car, that being your hood, side skirts, doors, trunk, whatever you would really want to change the paint on. You can even change the tint on your windows, the tint on your headlights and taillights. You can change your brake calipers, your rim size and color. You can change pretty much anything you would ever want to on these cars, and that's the type of freedom I really enjoy in this type of game, because it's not supposed to be a simulation, oh, I'm so serious type of game. It's meant for fun, and that's what people should honestly do. I mean, and if fun just means you want a plain white car with a black decal down the middle with black windows, like me because I'm boring, you can do that. There's really nothing wrong with doing that. But if you go online, you might see somebody with a tricked out Nissan with an underglow on it that has big spoiler and black rims slammed to the ground. You can find anything in these types of games, and the freedom of it really makes the game pop for itself. Now I could go on and on about the customization of this game, but how does it feel? No. Why do you not slow down? I think. Whoa, 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 what? Yup. Why can't you just drive correctly? Needless to say, this button was probably my best friend during me playing this game. It was also the bane of my existence. Now, me joking about how terrible I can be at this game sometimes, I want to start off with the map selection here. which is a very wide variety for a game like this, especially with all the bonus content that you can get. I don't have it, but you can buy the DLC if you really would like to. You get a lot of variety here. I really like most of the map selection here, and I can't really say there's any maps I don't like. Parking A is always a good one. That's your pretty much stock rookie track. Kami Road is also another one. It's a downhill toge style drift race down a mountain. And then there's a few other ones like Navarro Base A. Navarro Base A is pretty much just an air base with a bunch of cranes and airplanes to drift around. There's so much variety here, it's so hard to go into everything without, talking everyone's ears off. So another thing I want to talk about real quick is the engine swaps in this game, which can technically be a customization thing or a gameplay thing. It really depends on how you want to look at it, I guess. You can put any engine of any vehicle in any car in this game, so you can switch and swap however you want. You can put a V8 in a JDM car, you can put a JDM engine in a Mustang, you can do pretty much whatever your heart desires and whatever fits your style or whatever fits your sound. I mean, you can do whatever you really want here. And this kind of all ties together about when I was talking about the freedom this game gives you, because on top of engine swaps, you also have personal tuning. You can tune whatever car, whatever way you really want to, depending on how you like to drift or how you like to drive. Some people even drag race in this game, so you can turn up your suspension, you can turn up your traction, and you can just send it if you really want to. The freedom of doing whatever you want in this game is really what sets it above the bar for most other racing games out there. Now, I'm going to kind of let the game speak for itself here a little bit while these two videos play out. As it says, all the audio is coming from the left. I didn't really know how to split the audio and have it go back and forth, so that's what we get, but it's okay. So I would say CarX handles its driving mechanics actually pretty seriously for a game like this. Like I said earlier, you can tune and match whatever playstyle you want, whatever car style you want, drift style you want. You can play the game exactly how you want to play it, and that's where I think this game gets most of its value, to be honest. You have the freedom to be whatever you want to be and do whatever you want to be, especially with the style of drift that you have. You can speed drift, you can tandem drift, you can slow drift. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You can do it. And that's awesome. You don't really see too many games like this come out anymore, and with not great reasoning, in my opinion. I miss the freedom that these games used to give us. And I gotta say, and I kind of hate to say it, this is probably one of the best controlling racing games I've played to date. The crispiness of the turning, the drop of a hairpin response time on your controls, it feels so good. A lot of people play this on an actual simulation wheel. I played it on a controller, and I didn't have anything less than fun every time I touched this game. And I've never really had any bad thoughts with the controls with this game. It's always felt good in some way, shape, or form. I've never had an experience where I said, oh, well, that's not my fault. The game did that. Or the game made me turn this way. I'm just better. I didn't do that. I'm so good at the game, blah, 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 blah. No, when you make a mistake, it definitely shows you that you are the one that made a mistake. And from replays that show you your exact input to whatever it decides to say what happened with your car at the top, where all your combos and stuff are, it will let you know where you messed up, and that's awesome too. It's a great learning tool for people that are probably just getting into the drifting scene. So the last little thing I want to talk about is the online portions of this game, starting out with the tasks you get. These are daily to weekly tasks. I believe mostly weekly. I don't think they do much daily tasks anymore. But you can use a specific type of vehicle and do all the challenges in these lists and then get a reward. Usually money, sometimes cars, but most of the time it's just money. But money you can use to buy new cars, buy new upgrades, engine swaps, you can do a bunch of other stuff. It's not worth it to do, but once you have so much money, you probably will end up not doing them at all. One more thing I'd like to talk about here is the workshop section. of the online part, where you can find different tunes, different engines for whatever car you're using, and whatever car you're using, you can also go into the decals and look at custom decals that people have made for the specific car you're using, or you can even find community-made maps. I don't know if it ties directly to Steam or not. Usually the name Workshop ties to Steam, so I'm not sure if it's on console or not, but I figured it was worth mentioning anyways. So thankfully, in me talking about custom maps, this is also one of the custom maps that you can find, but this is also on an online server that somebody is hosting. So as you can see other people on the map. Some people don't render in fully until they're fully doing what they're doing. But once you start driving around, you'll see everybody driving around, drifting around, doing really whatever. Sometimes you even find car meets in these online servers, which are actually pretty cool. And the community on this game, I'd say, isn't terrible. I don't talk to many people in the chat, but every time I have had questions or have asked a question or wanted to drift with people, usually people aren't stuck up or stingy with who they drift with. They're really open-minded, especially if you're learning. They might even teach you a few things if you ask them. I really like the online portion of this game, and that's not something I really say often when it comes to a game about racing. I will say, beware.
No, 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 no. Wait.
Because even at the time of recording this clip of the online server for you, I did run into someone like this, which kind of ruined my mood a little bit, because I was just kind of drifting around with other people. As you could see earlier, a guy flashed his headlights at me just as we were passing, just to say hi. You do have your occasional griefer, and I guess that's something you don't really get away from in any racing game online. That's kind of why I like to play it solo. But you can find good people here. Don't let this little clip deter you. I would just say beware of it. All in all, as a racing game, I give CarX, even though as old as it is, it's a 7-year-old game now. I give it a solid 9 out of 10, and it still holds up and still has a great community to this day. If you're thinking about it, definitely buy it. You'll have a blast with it. Thanks for watching. On the left here, you can check out my other review of the Crew Motorfest, and on the right, you can check out some of the clips that I put together from when I used to stream. You might find something you like. We'll see you in the next one.